What is up, everyone, and welcome to another episode in the First Impressions series, a series where I review an album just after one listen. And today we are tackling the third, well, technically the second, as the band has pretty much retconned their first album, Dimlim, with Misc, released on July 28th, 2020. Now, this was an album that was supposed to come out in 2018, however, it was delayed, but now it is here, and at last I got to hear it. Now, as with all my reviews, we are going to first talk about the artwork, and this album really doesn't give me much to say. It's just the banner of with music in plain text in the middle of the screen. Really kind of is uninspired, bland. I really didn't feel any creativity in this cover, honestly. And it's a shame because if you look at the cover for the last album, Chirodora, that album had just a fantastic cover. So yeah, I was a little let down by the cover art of this album. I'm honestly going to give this cover a 1 out of 10. Now we're going to get into the music, and we start out with the intro track, Wow, which is We've Changed, Now It's Your Turn Next, which has some use of Vocaloider. It's actually a really good intro track. It definitely really does get you into the album. Alright, the second song in the album is Misc. There is some nice, brilliant, beautiful ambience in this track. The soft drumming is great. The song is unexpectedly soft, but it's really good and nice, and there is some great guitar work. Third song, Take Me Out in the Midnight. Some more great guitar work. Really love the bluesy work that this song gives us. Seriously, it's really awesome, and Sho's vocals on the song are fantastic. Track 4, Funny World. The song has a slight bite to it in the intro. It has this great rock and roll progression with some synths during the intro. The bass pops on the song, and the song itself knows how to bounce. It goes into this like bleeping ambience, and this is a song that has that slight bit of swagger to it, but it really does work. Fifth song is What's Up. Really creative and interesting intro with the way it chops. The guitar is very fantastic here, and it's just an absolute blast to hear everything that's going on. The chorus has a great amount of power behind it, and it pays off thanks to the right amount of oomph from the drums. The drum roll and the bridge is fantastic, and we get a great choppy riff before the final chorus. The sixth song, Plus and Minus, has a great electronic interlude, which is what it acts as, and there is definitely a lot of progression going on in it. I really do like the use of the female-like vocals here. It's definitely really good. Seventh song is For the Future. The drums sound great with the way the reverb is used here, and the choirs is a nice touch on the song. There is a great bit of payoff in the chorus drop. The tom roll in the second verse is very good. The guitar really plays well with the the guitar plays very well with the wet synths. I don't know why that was such a tongue twister for me, but it was. Eighth song is Tic-Tac. Really like the intro on this track. The way the chorus and riffage builds is just great, and Sho's vocals during the chorus are fantastic. And just his vocals in the bridge with how high they go are just really impressive to hear. The ninth song is To Fool. The bubbly ambient electronics are solid in the intro, and the drum roll really works in the first verse, and the soft sound is really good. The snare in the first verse is fantastic, and there are some great electronics being used here. 10th song is Before It's Too Late. The electronics with the guitar are good, and it breaks down to some like new metal like riffage. The small moment in the first verse made me think of some more industrial elements, and the way the DJ scratches the electronics is great. The build into the bridge is also great, and there's a good amount of intensity. The way the song sort of ends with this slight ominous buzzing is also really good. 11th song is Out of the Darkness. There are some great electronics on the song. The drum fills right before the vocals come in are great, and there are some awesome bubbling moments of the electronics and the halfway point. And those moments do actually feel like a throwback to the intro track on Chidora. The final song is Lament, and there is some soft electronics in the intro that are fantastic. The drum roll is really also fantastic in the song, and the song just overall has a fun, dancing, bouncing feel to it. And the falsetto vocals from Show are fantastic in the song. The song has that funk to it where it just makes you want to dance. And yes, I know that's a big shock by me saying, or rather, by the notion that there's a Dimlim song having the kind of fun that will make you want to dance on the ballroom floor, sort of thing. As for my overall thoughts on this album, I'm going to go ahead and say that one of the biggest twists about this album that should be a surprise to everyone is this album is rather soft, calming, and actually, quite frankly, quite beautiful, which I know is a massive 180 from the deranged and just beautifully unpleasant Chidora, the album that had songs such as Grotesque and Malformation, as well as a song about a mother killing her own son. The songs subvert this album actually as a whole with all the songs on it. They definitely subverted my expectations and it, in addition, exceeded them. This was not the Dimlim album that I was expecting to hear. However, I really did love it. This is an album that actually has a lot of fun moments, which again is definitely different from Chidoro, which was more banger after banger after banger. This album is actually really good vibes all around. This album is also one that does feel rather happy, which is rather a shock, which given the band's lyrical content on past releases. Now, this also ties in with another thing, in which is that surprisingly, Dimlim rise yet again above all the turmoil that surrounds them. This is a similar scenario that happened with them with Chidorla, and this is also one of those rare times where a delayed album is not, at best, a disappointment. There was a lot of definitely behind the scenes things that were happening. I do know that in addition to the delay, there was a lot of drama with complaints of mismanaging money and how the guitarist said that he couldn't be motivated to play music and that sort of thing. It just seemed like for a good while that there's this point where we would not be getting the second album from Dimlim. However, or that when it does come out, that it's going to be a disappointment, and how if it does come out, it's going to be one that's going to make or break the band and all that. So yeah, this album definitely did have a lot of pressure set onto it for sure, with given those sort of high expectations and sort of the behind the scenes things that happen in the development of this album. And 2 times in a row, Dimlim have been able to create absolute masterful albums despite the behind the scenes conflicts. This is an album that I definitely feel continues the evolution, which was a sound that Dimlim has pursued since the song Vintage, which was a song that definitely did help to break them out into the West and region. And there are some small comebacks to Chidora here and there. And the guitar work on this album, oh man, it is just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, and these I don't know how to describe the drums here. I guess I want to say jazz-like patterns, but I don't feel like that's entirely accurate. But the point is, they're really no slouch either, and they're able to keep up with the guitar well. Show's masterful vocals are just like the extra layer on this album to all make this album that came out near the end of the first month of the year already a best of the year contender for 2020. That is how good this album is. The ambient beeping and bubbly electronics on this album is really well pulled off, which was something that was really only showed here and there on Chidor, maybe on an interlude here or there. But the fact that they were able to successfully pull it off and have it as a predominant feature on this album was definitely something that was really pleasant to hear. And like I said, this is nothing like Chidora. So do not go into this album expecting prog deathcore, because Dimlim at this point has pretty much completely abandoned the deathcore genre. However, this is a very good. How would I describe this album? It's a very good prog industrial jazz rock? Yeah, or with a little bit of blues thrown in. Yeah, this album kind of is one of those albums where you just really can't classify it by genre. It's kind of like its own thing, if I'm gonna be honest. So, yeah, I'm just gonna say it's a Dimlim album, even though it sounds nothing like Dimlim beforehand, because I really don't know what genre to fall it under. Regardless, this is an album that I recommend to everybody. And also, I recommend listening to Jador like right after you listen to this for the lulz, and just so they can be shocked because yeah, it would be really shocking to go from this to that album, that's for sure. But anyways, regardless, I'm going to be giving Music by Dimlim an overall score of 10 out of 10, giving it a tier of masterpiece. And my first songs on this album were Mist, What's Up, Before It's Too Late, and Lament. What were your thoughts on Music by Dimlim? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this review, and I hope you all have a great day.